on today's episode of Mel in the Wild.
So we're doing two things today. First of all, we're chasing sunrise.
I'm taking you to one of my all-time favorite hiking spots, but you have to keep it a secret, okay? It's between us.
And then venture over to the other side of the trail.
We're making new discoveries.
A cave!
Having some wild nature encounters.
That is the biggest gator I have ever seen out here.
And cooking up the perfect post-hike brunch snack.
Oh my gosh.
Ready for this adventure?
Okay, let's go. We're at one of my favorite hiking locations. This is my spot where I usually come to zen out and just relax. So we're doing two things today. First of all, we're chasing sunrise. As you can tell, it's starting to come up. We're getting the glow. It's glowing. It's glowing. We're getting that glow in the background. So we're gonna walk over to the water and watch the sunrise. And then, so I have hiked this trail a countless number of times, but there's one area where there's like shallow water, and I know there's trail on the other side, and I've never gone over there, mostly because I'm usually here by myself, but now I have a buddy in case my foot gets stuck in the mud. So we are gonna venture over to the other side of the trail because I want to see what's over there. Last time I was over there, there was like a 10-foot alligator, and I only had to look from afar, even though I wanted to go pet it because we're in Florida. We love water puppies. Those are our two adventures for today. And also trying not to freeze. The mist. There's mist. The whole ride here is going, look, there's mist, look, there's mist. But look at this, like in the trees, it's just hanging there. Like that is gorgeous. We just saw a deer run across the path right in front of us. It was so beautiful. Would it make for good television? Oh! I don't know why, but it always like completely geeks me out when I see, and it's only happened this year. I think this is the only time I've ever seen this here, because we've had a lot of cold weather, but there's ice on the bottom of this little palm. And I'm like, palm trees are probably the one thing you don't ever expect to see ice on. But it's so beautiful. It's starting to melt now. I'm gonna just say we go this straight, because that way looks curvy to me, even though usually I pick to go to the left. But she said, we were standing there, she said go straight. To me, that's straight. I think that curves back around to my trail. It's mine. I've claimed it. I claimed it because I know that I will love it and give it the love and attention that it deserves. First of all, I do have to point out that, here's fun if you ever need Mel in the Wild trivia. My favorite color in the entire world is what I call new leaf green. And walking through my zen place in the spring when I am surrounded by this new leaf green against a perfectly blue sky, the epitome of happiness for me. Like this is where I find my exuberance. So I'll give you an example. So these trees right here, you can see they're this beautiful, bright, you'll see more up there too. Beautiful, bright green. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's like we get in Florida, we get spring and fall at the same time. Like all the old leaves fall off as all these beautiful green leaves are growing back. And it's just stunning. And this green only lasts for like a week or two. And then they turn like the normal tree green, but it's like this window of time. Everything is so vibrant and colorful, and it's just, oh, it's beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I love it so much. Okay, so your question. So the reason that I love coming to this particular spot, I don't really have a good reason, but it does give me both the trees and the water, because we're sort of walking by the river, and I love having both of those. So a lot of times I'll come here and I'll sit you can see this beautiful canopy of trees, and then I'll go sit by the water and I have the trees over me, I have the water in front of me, the sounds of nature all over the place. Right up the street, there's a bunch of cows. That's honestly another main draw for me. But it's just, this is like the perfect little zen spot. Ooh, a bridge. We found a bridge. My fingers are numb. Huh? Yeah. Ooh, I like it over here. Why have I never gone this way? There's some water. Oh, an owl. That's a southern barred owl. Don't ask me why I know that. It's a southern barred owl. Did the squirrel just attack the owl? Welcome to the animal kingdom. There's another one. There's a little yellow baby. And there's a little yellow baby. There's another one. There's lots of them. They're a family. These are wild blueberries. Look. These are wild blueberries. They're not ready quite yet. That's so cool. So yeah, wild blueberries are super tiny. They're not like big like the ones you see in the grocery store. And they also have these the plants have these little leaves. These are also, so there's usually two kinds. And I'll be very honest, I don't really know the difference. I know the wild ones have the small leaves. I should look that up. But I think this is the other one, because the other ones have broader leaves. Like that. But these are the little wild ones. They're so good. They're so good. All right, I'm going to keep, now that I know that they're here, I'm going to keep an eye out to see if there's any ripe ones. I think we found it. Oh, a cave. Look at this cave. There's so much to take in right now. This is crazy. This is spectacular. You know what? Like, I know we're frozen, but I love that it's cold right now because this mist that's happening and the clear sky and the sun, I mean, this is gonna be a hard spot to top. I mean, I love my spot, but this might be my new favorite spot out here. This is like super zen. So we're gonna say namaste to this spot. We love you. We're coming back for part 2. We're gonna do part 2 because I have to bring my fishing pole out here. And we're gonna move on to the next part of our adventure, which is what I thought was gonna be the big adventure, but this side quest was on point, on point. Okay, let's go. Oh, there's deer prints. Oh, I got stuck on the tree. Look, we found deer prints right here. Let's see if we can, I guess they came from this way. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see the two, like the hooves right there. That's so cool. This one's smaller. I wonder if it's that same doe that we saw. I mean, there's probably a lot out here, but for sentimental purposes, I'm gonna pretend it's the same one. I know I said we were leaving this spot, but look at this little, this is so cool. We have to go in. What? Okay, I just want to look down here and then we'll actually go for real. Look at the cypress trees. Oh, I love touching these. Look at this. This is really just further down from where we were, but this is so cool. Yeah, we have to come back and do a part 2 out here because there's so much more to explore down here. All right, you know what? I'm gonna stop myself because I want it to be a surprise for next time, right? Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
I don't want to see.
We'll take a peek. We'll just take a quick little peek over here. All right, we're just gonna go to here, and then I want the rest to be a surprise. Hey, little squirrel. This is a magical wonderland. This is wild. Oh, fishy. Yeah, we're definitely coming back here with the fishing pole. Little blue heron over there. Hi, baby. I just saw that fish. He's gonna go get that fish. That's a bendy palm tree. See that one? He was like growing and growing and growing, and then he was just like, I'm gonna go over here, and then keep growing. You go ahead, palm tree. You live your best life. Thank you. There's barbed wire that is grown into this cypress tree. And we were just talking about, I wonder what this was like, years and years ago. So for this to have grown, look at that. It's literally through the tree, this barbed wire. It's growing out here. It's growing out here. So this must have either been some sort of like border here and this grew up through it or around it or something, or they said they wrapped the tree in it. I don't know. I wish I could get it out, but that's so interesting. All right, so we're on to what I thought was going to be the actual adventure part of our day. So we're going to go, this is the place that I come. I have cried here, I have laughed here, I have celebrated here, I have sat in the rain here and cleansed my soul. This is my go-to Zen spot. But there's one place farther down the trail that there's this little area where the river sort of comes in, and you can get across it, but I've never done it and I've always wanted to. So today, we're gonna do that. We're gonna cross over it and we're gonna go hopefully on another adventure. And we're gonna come back and make some chicken biscuits. So there's two ways you can go on this trail. You can go that way, that's also an equestrian trail. So people bring horses through here. I think I've only seen a horse a couple of times, but always beautiful and majestic. But I like to go this way because I was saying earlier, I like to have the trees and the water. And if you go this way, you sort of walk along the river. And it's really cool. And down there is usually where I see my water puppy friends. So maybe we'll see one today. Every time I see one of these vines, I just want to swing on it like Jane. Always the path less traveled. Winding through the trees. Okay, so we're coming up to this area up here where there's a lot of trees, and you can see sort of where the erosion was. So a lot of the tree roots are exposed. A lot of the trees are sort of hanging over the water, which is stunning. Great for photography. But there's also sort of a lot of climbing involved, and I love it. So it sort of gives me, it scratches my tree climbing itch. Oh, look at these babies fishing. Catch anything? Have fun. So whenever I find trash on this trail, I try to throw it away, especially that. That could be very dangerous. You don't want that in your foot or your hand. We'll take it and find a proper receptacle. So scenic. Very rarely do we have this nice weather this late in the season. This is my spot. So I like to climb up here and I will just sit here and chill and look at the water. It's so peaceful. And I can hug my tree. Hello, tree. I love this part. Ooh, wait, before I climb, look at the really cool swirlies in this. Sorry. It's really pretty though. I think everyone should see it. Yes. All right, we'll go this way. Oh! It was a love poke. Okay. We're about to come around the corner to this spot and I'm gonna laugh. So the reason I've never gone over there is because there is probably ankle deep amount of water and it's very muddy. It's like that muck that you get stuck in. So I'm like, for safety purposes, I shouldn't do this by myself. I'm gonna laugh because sometimes these areas dry up. If we get there and the spot is dried up and I can easily just walk across. So if that happens, we're gonna put some sort of anxiety-inducing music so it still seems like a precarious situation, if that's okay with all of you. So I did just see that you can cross over back there where it's dry and safe, but for the purpose of adventure, we're gonna ignore that and pretend I did not see it. This is hilarious. It is dried up. So we can very easily walk over there. All right, you know what? Let's do a little acting. We even have a plank to cross. Go up this way. It got a little rough, guys, but I think we made it through. I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be fine. That was really easy, sorry. That was very anticlimactic. But we are now in, for me, uncharted territory. So I'm very interested to see what we see down here because we still have more river running this way. We got woods that way. I'm gonna try to stay along the river. Maybe we'll see a water puppy. Oh, there's something moving in the water down there too. Let's go see what it is. Oh, this is fun. Getting back up is gonna suck. The bird like makes a flitting noise, but the flitting noise that it makes, they're beautiful. Sounds like a bellow, which is the same sound that the gators make. And it was very close, so it sounded very deep. So it was like, and I was like, there's a gator, but JK, it was a bird. Look at those little holes. I wonder if like little birdies take shelter in there. That's pretty neat. I guess we can come down here.
That looks very cozy.
It does look very cozy. I always think this is so cool. You can see the full root system of these trees. Like that's so neat. I mean, it's also sad because they're like falling over, but. Seriously. And just like you don't even have to think. This is the only place that my brain feels quiet. These have got to be little habitats. I don't know if it's birds or, you know, maybe a small mammal or something. Raccoons, bunnies. Well, probably not bunnies over here, but something that can climb. That's not what I was going to say. This is so cool. It's just like a little animal city. They're probably ready for this giant to get out of their space. We're going to go walk down along the river for a little bit longer. Just want to do a little bit more exploring, and then we're going to head back and make our chicken biscuits because I'm hungry. Okay, so see this little interim, it's dangling. So I just go like this. Pew! Grab the little silk. Here you go, buddy. I'm going to leave all the other ones alone, but I just really love finding them. Bye, little guy. I don't know if anybody else does this. Next time you're out on a hiking trail, find a place, stop, and just look straight up. and just like notice the trees against the sky. There's something about it that just makes you feel so tiny, but also so hugged by nature. It's a really cool feeling. And it's just really beautiful. Okay, that's all. It's like blue. Wow! I'm sorry, sir. We're just trying to admire your work. Blue looking. I can't tell if it's just the light. It looks like the normal, like garden spiders, but maybe the lighting's making it look blue. We'll name her Charlotte. Bye, Charlotte. Ooh, okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Nature stairs. Yes. Yes. Oh, there's some other kind of tracks here. That looks like a bird because it's 3. Yeah, that must be maybe an egret or a heron or one of those. Cool. In my head, I went, I will know this is the final spot if we see a water puppy. That is not a water puppy. That is a full-grown water dog. Okay, that is a gator. That is a beefy boy. This is the spot. Let's go down there. I know I said I was going to pet the water puppy. That one's a little large. That's a log. That thing is massive. That is a thick boy right there. I really want to go. I know. I'm going to duck. I don't want to go down. Like, I mean, I want to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to try to walk under these trees just so I can get an angle for it. Yeah, let's see if we can get on that side because the sun's hitting him. That dude is thick. That's a big gator. We can go under the trees. Dude, use the roots. If you use the roots, it helps. Use the roots. That is the biggest gator I have ever seen out here. Hands down. That is the biggest gator I've ever seen out here. This is so exciting. Dude.
Holy moly.
That dude is massive.
So what are you going to name our alligator friend?
He's gotta be something like beefy, right? Something beef. His name is Snickers.
Why is that?
Because he's thicker than a Snicker. I'll stick to making chicken biscuits. I'm so pumped right now. Like, I really wanted to see an alligator before we left here, and the fact that this was going to be the final spot that we stopped before heading back, perfection. So we're gonna let this guy keep chilling. We're gonna try to sneak out of here. I'm gonna try to be a little more subtle than the first time. Let's go back and make some chicken biscuits. Chicken biscuits. We just got out of our hike. This table and these girls are brand new here. I've never seen them before, so we're gonna go ahead and use them. I did bring Charlie Jr. She's in the car, so she just got to go for a leisurely ride today. We're not gonna put her to work, just so we don't have to worry about cooling her down before she goes back in the car. So what I have here is I have our biscuits. I have the salted honey butter that I made that we're letting sit in the sun just to warm up a little bit. I also did bring my small cast iron to throw that over the flame in case we need it to soften up any more. And I have my chicken thighs, which have been soaking overnight in buttermilk, hot sauce, pickle juice, and seasoning. So what we're gonna do is dump off a little bit of the buttermilk mixture now. I'm gonna beat in an egg, and then I brought my seasoned flour. Hold please. So I've got my seasoned flour. We're gonna toss, can smell it through the bag. We're gonna toss the chicken thighs in here. We're gonna get our oil up to temp in our cast iron. We're gonna fry those babies up, and then we're gonna make some delicious salted honey butter chicken biscuits. What better way to end a day immersed in nature? I can't think of one. Get our oil in. We want like 2 to 3 inches of oil. That looks good to me. Then we're gonna take our egg. Oh! That can start coming up to temp. And then start dredging our chicken. We'll start with those 4 and then finish the other guys. Just so we don't overcrowd our bag. This is kind of my favorite part of doing chicken like this. Perfect. You could double dredge these too if you want more of that crispy coating on the outside. I'm not going to, just for today. Between the smell of the buttermilk and the smell of the seasoning, these are gonna be so good. So I'm gonna save the rest of this flour because I'm gonna show you a little trick. This is how I always tell when my oil's up to temp. So it's not quite there yet. So I look for a shimmer across the top. You'll start to see little ripples almost. So you'll see we're not quite there yet. And then I'll take a little pinch of the flour and drop it in there, and you should see just a nice sizzle. It shouldn't go brown too fast. It shouldn't just sit there or sink to the bottom. It should be a nice little sizzle. All right, so I don't know if you can see it, but we've kind of got that shimmer going on top. I'm gonna drop a little test flour. So see how it just sizzles? It doesn't sink, it doesn't burn immediately. It's just got that nice little sizzle to it. So we're ready for our chicken. So I'll probably do maybe 1 at a time, just so we don't drop the oil temp. Actually, I think we could fit 2 in there. I think we could fit 2. This one's kind of small. Beautiful. All right, time to flip these babies. Oh, okay. Golden and delicious. I'm just gonna get our honey butter warming up in this small little cast iron here, so that can be nice and warm and melty to pour over our chicken. Golden and beautiful on both sides. I'm just gonna put this onto a paper towel. That looks so good. So we're gonna drain these for a minute, and then we're gonna assemble our biscuits. All right, so now all I'm gonna do is half my biscuits. You could throw these over the fire, give them a little char, warm them up a little bit, but we're hungry, right? Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we'll warm up the next one.
Warm up the next ones, yeah. We're gonna take our chicken. Take our honey butter. I'm gonna take these off the paper towel so we can save this to drain our other chicken. This is the money shot right here. Take some of that honey butter. Oh my gosh. Like, is this not the perfect post-hike sunrise adventure meal? All right, here's the test. The moment I've all been waiting for. This was the right decision.
Oh, baby. All right. Oh my God.
What do you even say after that? Here, put some more of the, hold that like, oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Take that bite. That's the bite right there. We did it! I'm not trying to be dramatic because I've spent a lot of time out here. A lot of time out here. Today might be the best day that I've ever spent out here. We saw deer. I'm like, we saw deer. First of all, we saw sunrise. We saw deer. We saw an owl. We saw a thick boy gator. We found a completely new area that I've never been to in all the times that I've been here. That is stunning. So stunning that we're coming back to do a part 2 with my fishing pole. And then we just made chicken biscuits with salted honey butter. This was a good day. And this is like perfect, unheard of Florida weather. And we saw frost, and I did a cartwheel. Okay, update, we toasted the biscuits for the next ones. This was a solid idea. We're gonna go polish off the rest of these chicken biscuits. Stay tuned, because I have so much more to show you, and we'll see you on the next adventure with Mel in the Wild. Okay, there's something I've always wanted to do out here. Can I do it?
You feel like Princess Fiona right now?
Now I do. Sorry.
Really, really like that.
Yeah.